Do you know the difference between your human soul and your animal soul? Imam al-Ghazali tells us that what makes you you is your human soul, and it was thrown against its will into this world to find knowledge and experience of God. And the human soul is attached in this life to the animal soul, which is housed in the physical body within the heart. And it's this animal soul that we ride through life, and it either can lead us to safety or ruin. The animal soul, or our animal self, is necessary and vital for surviving in this life. It is the source of appetite, of sexual desire, of anger and violence, which is needed for self-preservation and in defending one's family. The problem with the animal soul is that it is also the source of our evil ideas, our obscene desires, our selfishness, our greediness, our lust and envy. It is never satisfied. So while it is wholly needed to carry us through this life, it is still the lower self, the lower nafs as we call it in Arabic. And if you don't control it, it controls you and determines your path in this life based on fulfilling its ever-increasing desires. Abdul Qadir Jilani, the 11th century saint and scholar, calls the animal soul our riding beast. And he asks point blank, are you in control of your riding beast? He says, you are commanded to ride on your animal self and to discipline it and to exercise it while you ride it through this life on a path to safety. So would you let your riding beast eat wantonly until it is too fat to carry you and thinks of only the pleasure of eating? Would you let it sleep endlessly so that it makes hardly any progress on your path? Would you say nothing as it swerves from the path in search of another beast to mount while in the heat of procreation? Would you sit back as it carelessly wanders into dangerous terrain? If you discipline this animal soul and control its desires and mold it to follow the straight path, you will not be riding just any beast, but rather something noble, like a steed that moves swiftly and safely along the straight path, obedient to your commands, not easily swerving. You are the one responsible for shaping this lower self. Abdul Qadir Jilani says, he who becomes engrossed with this world and turns his face from God, the world will be disobedient to him and will put him in trouble, on account that it is owned by Allah and abases whoever is disobedient to him. Imam al-Ghazali tells us that our true purpose with our two souls is to pursue and capture the love and knowledge of God. At the time of death, Ghazzali likens it to a rider being knocked off his horse, or a hunter who suddenly lost all his weapons. The steed and the weapons are the human's faculties and senses to navigate this life, and their sole purpose was to achieve that closeness with God. If the human has accomplished this, death will be a relief and a welcomed gift. But woe to the human who meets death without having effected that capturing of the love and knowledge of God, for that soul will have undescribable misery and regret, as al-Ghazali says. And Abdul Qadir Jilani warns us also to look deeply at our own self, reflect on who you are and what direction you are going. He says, look on yourself with the look of mercy and affection, and choose it for the better of the two outcomes.